Welcome to the Wokest Warren, where we have the Wokest Discourse. Today, I want to talk about this article in the New York Times about how in Minnesota, after the ice surge there last year, that the federal government within 3 days had already sent DHS agents to go spy on public meetings of the Sunrise Movement, of labor unions, of other civic groups. Well, there's, 2 points. One, should Americans expect the government not to be spying on them? You know, when I was growing up, that was a thing that we would talk a lot about the Soviet Union, about how the Soviet Union did this surveillance over Soviet citizens so that you never knew who the government spies were. It's very totalitarian, and I really think that we should be throwing that up into our government's face, but mostly like to raise consciousness among people. Like, this is not what the government should be doing. The government should not be, because why are they going to these meetings? Is it a function of the government? No. It's a function of oppression. It's a function of how do we best serve the capitalist classes by making sure that we tamp down on the people in the lower classes that are trying to organize themselves to resist, right? So the second thing that I wanted to point out is that we need to know this is happening, and we need to plan our actions accordingly. Somebody was recently telling me about some problems that they were having in their community group, like their mutual aid group, where they were having problems vetting people who wanted to be part of it because they were worried that they were going to be infiltrated by federal agents. Well, this article 100% tells you that, yes, you're going to be infiltrated by federal agents. But I think that extreme vetting, unless you're doing some truly vanguard shit, like if you're just doing work in the community to support immigrants, you do not need to do this extensive vetting, because you are going to be infiltrated. The DHS is going to infiltrate your operation. They just are. They don't have the manpower to really do anything about it. But they will be watching. So what happens if you have an extreme vetting process for people that are part of your mutual aid group is that you totally turn people off and people don't get involved. You don't want to have your vetting so complex that people are just like, fuck it, I wanted to get involved, I wanted to help my community, I wanted to do something, I don't want to do all this paperwork. Like, I'm not gonna jump through fucking hoops for you. Like, this is a job interview. And that's the case. In fact, that happened to me about a month ago. There was an organization, I really liked their work. I wanted to get involved doing it. I'm qualified to do it. I could be very effective. And the application and interview process was so fucking onerous. I went through like 3 interviews. I had to, do a training. And then they added like more trainings that they wanted me to do. And I'm like, dude, no. we're not doing this. Like, I will help, I will show up and do the work, but I am not going through like a fucking month of training. That's not happening. So I just got a fundraising email from this group, and they were like, blah, 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 blah. We want to make sure that we can serve like every person in the community that needs served. And I'm like, well, you need manpower to do that, and you're actively pushing away highly qualified people that could be really contributing to the community. So this is my point, is that don't get so caught up in your paranoia about the federal government that you push away people who are assets to community organizing. Thanks for listening.